Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a great day today. Well, the day turned out to be really, really slow. The morning was really active on the first 30, 45 minutes. If you didn't nail it then, it was hard to really get anything going after that. So, just like I've been saying for the last 2 weeks, welcome to summertime trading. It's already here. Every year it's been starting earlier and earlier and earlier. And it's funny, this time it started in May. I mean, earlier in May. So, welcome to summertime trading. We're going to have to be more focused on nailing the open. Once my son gets out of school, we're going to be working on nailing pre-market and the open. So, by 10:30, no later than 11, our day is done. Our money's in the bank, and we're just chilling out, waiting for the afternoon, see if we get any breaking news, any earnings plays that come up. We're not forcing anything. We're just taking advantage of everything that we're getting. So that's the game plan. So before we take a look at my trade from the day, I don't know if you guys have ever listened to Eminem. He's this rapper from back in the 90s, I guess. I can't really remember exactly what year. All of those years just kind of ran together for me. And I don't really listen to rap a lot, but some of his songs were, if you listen to them, they're really deep. And I'm the type person that looks for meaning in just about anything. So at the beginning of the song, called Lose Yourself, he asked this question. He says, look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or let it slip? And really, he's challenging you. This question is a question that challenges us. Because too often we only get that one shot, that one opportunity, that once in a lifetime opportunity. And then it goes further on in the song, and he says, you better lose yourself in the music, the moment. You own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Don't miss your chance to blow this up. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. So that's why I made sure that when it came time for my son had the opportunity to go to New York and perform in the Kennedy Center, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. He probably will never get the opportunity to perform in a venue that historical ever again. Most of these kids, this was the first and only time they would ever be able to perform in a venue like that and perform music by a world-renowned composer. It was important that you take that one opportunity, take that shot, seize it, because in my childhood I had a really bad attitude, and I had the opportunity to do some amazing things, but I blew it off. Things that I never got the opportunity to experience again. And I was always thinking that it's going to come around, it's going to come later, but it never did. And I regretted it. And I said, one thing, I'm not going to let my kids go down that same path. They're going to take advantage of every opportunity that they had. When my daughter had a chance to go to Europe, after graduation, there was no way I was going to let her miss that. But what was so profound about this is that this was the first year that I was trading full time. And if this had happened a year prior, I would not have been able to let her go. I would not have been able to afford it. And that was the most profound moment in my life, because I remember thinking that, hey, if I never took that chance, if I never seized that one opportunity that I had to start this trading, this would not be possible. I would be, you know, going to sleep every night with a broken heart because I could not give my daughter this once in a lifetime opportunity. You know, and the same thing, it would have been difficult for me to send my son if I had never started trading. If I was still living that life, floating paychecks, you know, I wouldn't have been able to do these things. So guys, what I'm trying to tell you is don't let these opportunities go. It doesn't, and I'm not just talking about trading. You know, trading can come along, you know, after this, but anytime you get an opportunity, and then to try to put yourself in a position to where you can make sure your children get that opportunity. All of these opportunities that they're not having to, you know, let something slip. It is very, very important. And then to bring it back to trading, this is the vehicle that changed my life. I mean, it completely transformed my life. Yeah, there was a dark period where I didn't think this was going to happen. And I thought this was a scam. And, you know, yeah, the people I was following at the time might have been shady, but, and, you know, may not have been on the level. But I knew that the opportunity to do this, something that I've always wanted to do ever since I was in middle school, this opportunity was here, and I was not going to accept the hand that I was dealt when I first started this. And I made sure that I made the changes and I took control, because you have to take control. If you don't, if you let somebody else control your fate, there's no telling where you're going to end up. So I took control, and I went out and I got what I needed to help me get to where I wanted to be. I didn't let that opportunity slip. And because of that, everything that I'm able to do is, you know, coming around. And these may seem small. You know, some people may have these dreams, these grander dreams. For me, it's all about my family and being able to give them the life that they deserve. And that's what this is about. Everything else that comes is icing on the cake. You know, for my wife's Mother's Day, you know, we're going to Vegas to see, you know, Celine Dion. This is supposed to be her last hurrah. This is one of her last shows, you know, in Vegas. So, you know, it was important to be able to do that. If it wasn't for trading, I would not have been able to do it. If I'd have still been in my job dreaming, this trip would have been a dream, because I wouldn't have been able to afford it. So, you know, I'm sorry for rambling on, but this is something that I'm very passionate about, and not letting these moments slip, because, you know, life is too short, and you don't know when it's your last day. You want to make sure you grab and grasp every moment, every opportunity to grow, every opportunity to get closer to your dreams. You just can't let it go. It's just this time we have is just way too precious. All right, sorry about that. This trade we took this morning. Now, again, if you didn't get to see the live stream this morning, excuse me, this trade, and me talking up to it and talking about what's going on in it and everything, is on that video. Now, this was a long trade. It took a long time to develop. like I was saying earlier, the volatility, it comes in the first couple of minutes, and then it's, if you're not positioned early and you haven't made your money by 10:30, 11, it's going to be very difficult because you're going to get some sideways trading. Things are just going to take forever to get where they want to go, and you got stocks moving in 20 to 30 cent windows back and forth, and you can't make money like that. So it's got to be made early. And in this case, this is the first 5 minute candle here. This is the high, this is the low. And once we broke over that opening range high, I got in. Now, yeah, it would have been better if I'd have gotten it a little tighter. But the problem is, I'm looking at, when you're looking at different stocks and you're trying to find the one that's going to trigger first, you get this on your screen. You may be behind a couple seconds, but that's not bad. Sometimes I'm fortunate and have the stock that I'm watching already up, and I'm going to have a little bit better entry. But this is still not, a bad entry. On the break of the 5 minute opening range high, that's when we're jumping in. So we get in, and this thing runs into a level that we did not see. We didn't see it anywhere on the chart. At least I didn't. Now, somebody may have seen something, and it was around this 55, 25 to 28 right here. Well, we beat on this for a good 20, 25 minutes and could not crack it. It pulled back the VWAP. We picked up some much needed strength, and we finally broke through it. It ended up, hitting our first target up here. But the key is, and what you want to remember is, when you have a trade plan, you want to make sure you execute it. Now, just like I was talking about yesterday, if you listen to this live, I bitch, moan, complain, cried a river, everything, because this stock wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. But did it affect the way I traded it? Did it affect me executing my trade plan? No. That's my way of just kind of releasing and letting that go so that I can just keep everything focused on this trade. Now, why is that important? Because if I was showing you this trade and I recorded it live and I'm doing a voiceover, you're not going to get the true emotion. You're not going to feel what I felt in that trade at that moment. That's where true learning takes place. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. That's where true learning takes place. You can't blow this stuff off. And you can't blow the importance of being in the moment. So that's why I don't record this and then do voiceovers when I do my recaps, because it's bullshit. I'm sorry, excuse my language. That's what it is. You gotta feel what I felt. You gotta feel what I'm feeling. You gotta experience the market. Now, with that said, next week, after I come back, probably starting Tuesday, I'm gonna record the morning session and look to post it. Now, I'm not sure how long or how many days I can keep it posted, so that if you missed the morning, you can come back and replay it and get into the actual feel for what was going on and the mood and everything. I honestly believe that is very important. That's one of the key elements I was missing when I was trying to learn how to trade, because nobody was doing this. Nobody was trading live. If they had live trades, they would record it. And what they were doing was they would record every trade. The losers, they would toss out, and you'd only see the winners. You do the voiceover, and it looks like everything is just beautiful. That you can't do that. That's going to hurt you. So you want to, I'm not saying it doesn't help. Now, it does help to see things happening as somebody is explaining it, but I'm talking about in terms of the psychological aspect of it, and that's what 80% of this trading is psychological. So, that's why I say that's important. Let me qualify it. I want to qualify it, but I want to have that available so you guys that may have to work 2 or 3 days a week and you really want to see what happened with a trade like this trade, there's so much we could learn from this only if you watch the recording. And so I want to be able to, provide that for the members so you guys can actually go back and take a look at what's going on. So we're going to roll that out next week and have that for you. So let's finally finish the trade here before I talk myself to death. All right, so we got the 5-minute open range break. I told you, we struggled here. We got the pullback, hit the first target, hit the second target, which was just above this level. Now, it's funny because sometimes I'll put it above the level and it never hits. And had I done it this time, it would have hit. But it just seems like if I don't do it, it'll go. If I do it, it'll never hit my order. So I went ahead and put it up there about 5 cents to the front side of the level. So it looked smart for a minute, but then it came up and took that level out, got to my my third target, and I decided to just leave a little piece on to see if we can get up to 56.50. We did get to this level here, but you can see this was only about 25 cents away from where I took this last piece. So I was looking for it to get a little bit further up into closer to 56.50, but we didn't quite get it, so I had to take the last little piece off here. It was a all-day hold trade, basically started from the beginning. Now, some of these I would have been out. This is a 4.5 billion share float stock. When the volume dries out like this, it's not going to move worth 2 cents. And it really didn't. So normally on a stock like this, I would have been in, got out, got back in, may have been in and out 3 times and got some serious moves on this. This was just a slower, more consistent, more meticulous move. But, we made $166 on it, almost 167. And I'll take it. For a slow, tough day like today, I'll take that. Any green I'll take. Just add it to our total because remember, we're growing. Our focus is growing our account. So that's it. That was a trade for the day. Didn't really have anything else to set up. I did look at NVDA at different points, but just never completed the setup. Nothing on earnings. Those did not set up going into the close like they should have. They actually went opposite. So, had to leave. Didn't trade those. So, had a really slow day. We'll go into tomorrow, see if we can nail the morning, and make it happen there. All right, one day only, which is today. This says tomorrow only. Let's change that to today only because we were here. This was from yesterday. So today only, up until midnight tonight, you could take advantage of this roadmap to success special, and it will be good till the end of the year. So you actually get an extra mentor session, and it's good to the end of the year. So today only. You only got a couple hours left. Now, I don't do advertising, mainstream advertising, marketing, and all of that because I only want the people who are serious and searching. I had somebody tell me that send me an email saying, I would have signed up, but I had to click too many times to get to sign up. And I sent an email back to him and I said, you know, it's like that for a reason. I don't want people who are unwilling to make that extra click. If you're not willing to make that extra click to be a part of something that can change your life forever, you don't have what it takes to be a trader. So you'll be wasting your time, your money, and my time. And that's how I feel about it. That's why I try to keep the community small so that I can answer everybody back. I can work with everybody. You don't have to worry about anybody else answering the emails. It's going to be coming from me. And I mean, I know integrity, has its costs. I understand that. But I'm willing to pay that cost to keep my integrity. So that's why things are going to be the way they are. They're going to stay the way they are. Because my goal is to help you guys achieve your goals. That's my purpose in this community. All right, guys. So that's gonna do it. Tomorrow, I'll probably do it early since I'm hauling tail tomorrow. I'll probably do the weekly recap early and get it out there probably right after lunchtime. So, look forward to that. So we'll see what we got tomorrow and see if we can go into the weekend whistling a happy tune. So you guys take it easy. Have a great night, a great evening, and I will see you in the morning.